again.
Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here on the Lebanon Valley College Twitch channel, and we have hopefully another good matchup here for you guys tonight. We have LVC at Rocket League continuing their Nationals run. They will be taking on Illinois State White, or as they're more commonly known, at least to those who are players and those around collegiate, Redbird White. Pretty much the same thing, it's just Redbird is their mascot. Some schools don't use their institutional name. There's a reason for that too. Some of them are like, they will actually get in trouble if they do. Some of them won't. It just depends. And Illinois State, I think they just prefer Redbird. It does sound a bit better. So that's probably the only time I'll call them by their actual school name. But Redbird White, regardless, they are coming here to play tonight. Yesterday, unfortunately, LVC took a forfeit win. I say unfortunately, but that's only if you're not a fan of LVC, I guess. But if you are a fan of LVC, they took a forfeit win. So they are currently 1-0 in the group. And Redbird White, the other team in the group that also took a forfeit win, Arkansas, did not play. They forfeited their match against Redbird White. If I remember reading the message correctly, they didn't know that Nationals was a thing. So they unfortunately had to forfeit because they couldn't play at that point in time. So the two teams that could have played yesterday are playing tonight, which will make for a very interesting matchup, especially if SIUE Black and Arkansas both decide to just forfeit out the rest of the matches. Then this game will determine who goes to the bracket, but obviously we'll have to see as we get a bit later into the night. We might even see that come to fruition here in just a little bit as it gets closer and closer to 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is the default time for these matches. But before we get into anything else, I just want to say today was the commencement for our seniors here at LVC, and we had 13 players that had joined in on that graduation ceremony. Congratulations to all of our seniors here at LVC and especially our esports players. So I will go through the list real quick. So for Call of Duty, we saw the graduation of Tenacious, Dunder, and Spicy. Dunder was a graduate student, so technically he graduated last year, but again, graduated because he's a graduate student now. For Overwatch, we also saw 3 graduates, Grok, the Boss Baby, and Booper XD. For Smash, we saw 3 of their 4 also graduate in Doink, T-Stu14, and Manta. For Valorant, we saw 2 graduate with Zario and John Cook. And of course, last but not least, in Rocket League, where we also will see 2 players graduate, Faithful and Magars. This is a tremendous group of players. This year especially, I've been able to be around them a lot more. I've traveled to LANs with a bunch of our teams. I've coached our COD team for the past couple of years. and it's such a great. They have been such a great group to work with, especially when I started going around making the improvements to our socials, being more active on not only social media but with the school in general, the graphics, the headshots for the players, the events, all this sort of stuff. So I personally just want to say thank you guys for allowing me to be the media manager for you. It has been a fantastic time being around you, and we will definitely miss all 13 of you guys. I think it's 13. It's 13 or 12. I think it's 13. We will definitely miss all of you guys, and also good luck in your future endeavors and whatever you guys decide to do. But with that out of the way, we are now here in the series. We are just about ready to get started. A best of 5 LVC going to be taking on Redbird White in what could be the matchup that determines the team that will make it to that bracket stage. Again, this is NECC Nationals. This is the group stage of the Nationals tournament. And in this group stage, there are 8 total groups for Rocket League. In fact, for every game, there's 8 total groups, at least the ones that have the group stage. But anyways, this is the group stage. For Rocket League, there are 4 teams in each group, with the top team, only the top team in each group, making it to that bracket. And after the bracket is made, that's where we will see a national champion be determined for each division. Every division gets a chance for a group and bracket stage. There is champions, challengers, emergents, and navigators in Rocket League, and LVC currently sitting in the challengers division. So, will we see LVC continue their run in nationals, or will they run into a bit of a road bump here against Redbird White? We will have to find out in just a little bit as we wait for Redbird White to hop on into the lobby here. But they were ready to play yesterday, so I'm going to take a wild guess and say that they are certainly ready to play tonight. And we are now having the lobby be started. So we are here on Champions Field, and we are ready to kick things off. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very excited to get into Nationals here for Rocket League. We saw Valorant play earlier in this week, and unfortunately, they were not able to make it out of the group stage. They took a thrilling 3-map match. Actually, no, 2-map, sorry. They 2-0'd St. Francis University, and unfortunately, they ended up falling 2-0 to 6th ranked Mizzou, where they were eliminated from the group stage and were out of the Nationals tournament. And not to forget, our Rainbow Six team also qualified for Nationals, the only difference being that there is no group stage for Rainbow Six, as there's just not enough teams. They have Legend. They also have that added Legends division, which kind of simmers out how many teams there are per division. So, unfortunately, they do not get a group stage. They're moving straight on into the bracket. If I remember correctly, they have the 4th or 5th seed there, and they will be taking on they have the 6th seed, and they will be taking on 3rd-seeded Murray State Gold on June 12th, I think is the date for that matchup. But kind of talking a bit more here about Redbird for their spring semester. They were in the Challengers Midwest Division. SIUE Black was also in that division, interestingly enough, but Redbird White was also in the Challengers Midwest, and they ended at 7-2. It was a 3-way tie for the top 3, all teams at 7-2, but Redbird, with the lowest map diff, ended up in 3rd place. And moving into the playoffs for that division, with that 3rd seed, they took on Illinois Springfield to kick things off in the Challengers Midwest playoffs, and they beat them 3-1. And then moving into that semifinal, which turned into from a best of 5 to a best of 7, Redbird White would fall 4-0 to Firebird Gaming Red, who would end up taking down number 1 seeded Lincoln to take the championship in Game 7. So definitely not a team to look down upon. And that performance, along with how they performed in the fall semester, was enough to get them the 20th seed overall. LVC, of course, was 9-0 in the Challengers Central Atlantic Division, and they finished 1st in their division, took the first matchup, and then fell in the semifinals as well to Nova, where they were able to claim the 4th overall seed in NECC Challengers Division. So we will have to see how things shake out. Taking a look at the leaderboards, though, there aren't a ton of matches reported, obviously, because there's only 2 for each group last night. And I believe there's a bunch of reschedules in the New Haven pool. Oh, actually, never mind. The players are joining. So there's no need for me to talk. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to get things going as LVC taking on Redbird White, who will take this series and go to 2-0 on the Nationals group stage, Group D. We'll have to find out. Magar's down to Faithful, gets bumped, unfortunately, so it'll be Frenchie having to pick up the tab. Frenchie with a solo play almost puts that in, but it'll be right down to Faithful, and already LVC starting things off great. Frenchie with a solid play there, almost puts it in himself, but Faithful has to come in for the cleanup, and LVC looking to get started early, and they're doing just that. Heading back into the kickoff here. We'll see Joey from Redbird White look to make a play, but again, Faithful launching it downfield, almost gets it to Magars, but it'll have to be a defensive stop here for Lebanon Valley. They want to continue to score. Look at that pass all the way from Magars to Frenchie, back to Magars. Shot goes through, but Wyatt going to be there for the save. And now Redbird again looking for a counterattack. T-Rex all the way in mid. Wyatt getting a bump out to Frenchie, but it does not matter. He still gets there. LVC coming in with a different type of pace today. They look very, very fast. They want to control the ball. They want to control the air. They want to have every facet covered. Frenchie gonna slam another one home. As Magar's doing a lot of the work there. Puts it all the way to the front of the net. Probably would have taken that in himself if he didn't get bumped, but it'll have to be Frenchie to clean it up. Gets demoed there, I believe, at the end as well, but does not matter. And LVC already out to a 2-0 lead. We are just 2 minutes into this game, and they are starting to cruise here. But of course, Redbird still have a chance. Good touch from T-Rex there. Gonna have to leave it down to his teammates, though. Wyatt, a bit of a back touch. That's gonna give LVC another chance. You can't give this man a chance. Magars looks for the double, lets it for Frenchie, and again, LVC looks stone cold. They look like they don't even care about the circumstances right now. They just look unfazed by this result at the current moment. They are locked in for this match, as they should be. And LVC already building up a strong lead. This is a best of 5, so they do have time, but T-Rex finally answering back for Redbird. Frenchie gets a lead off on that kickoff, but it's going to end up being T-Rex the one to get the touch onto the shot. Wyatt gets it away from LVC and gives almost the open net there to T-Rex. That's a good demo from Faithful. That might open some things up, but Joey at least keeps it away for now. Frenchie downfield. Joey getting bumped off the ball, so Magar's going to look for the double. Gets it to the front of the net. Frenchie trying to dunk, but not quite. Might be 6 foot, but still needs to be able to dunk it straight through there. And a great set of touches there from T-Rex. Tries to carry the ball all the way into the LVC net, not quite able to. Joey trying to set up a counter. Redbird trying to have a response here for LVC, but it just is not happening at this current moment. A fantastic defensive touch there from Magars. Going to be able to at least keep it away from his net for now, but he's going to need another one, and he gets it. Another save from Magars. Holding strong on the defensive side, giving LVC a chance to go on this counterattack once more. Wyatt tries to get it out. Going to go right to Frenchie. Magars now on the attacking side. What can he do here? And that's just going to be a pinch. That's going to be a very unfortunate pinch. Almost goes into the LVC net, but again, still managing to get back in time for that to get sent away. Redbird having some chances early, and that's another one. Wyatt just barely sneaking it through. You can see Frenchie just laughing that one off. That's all you can really do in that situation. Magars, a bit of a whiff. Gonna have to just let that one go. And LVC still holding a 1-goal lead here. They haven't scored in a bit, though. It's been about roughly 2 minutes since they've scored, so going to need to keep up that pressure if they want to take this game. They don't want to let it slip to Redbird White. But with 2 minutes remaining, it's really still anyone's game here. Joey trying to get a touch forward, and it's going to be a pack touch. Does Magos get back in time? Just barely. But again, another chance for Redbird. Small mistakes here from LVC coming out early on, or I should say later in this game. But look at that shot. Magars almost puts that in. T-Rex just barely managing to get the save there. Magars has the ability to put that a bit higher up. He certainly scores it, but it's just not really the angle he had. Wyatt looking for the redirect, doesn't get there. So Faithful tossing it down over to Magars once again. Magars looking for some crazy shots today. He is definitely feeling confident in his ability to play, as he should. But it's going to be Frenchie now for LVC. Look at this dribble. So clean, so methodical. Doesn't get there, but he has his teammates backing him up. Magars to Faithful off the backboard. Nothing there. Frenchie now having to backpedal. Take it all the way around his own net. But that's going to be sent right down to Joey. Going to be off the backboard. Can someone get the double from Redbird? No. And again, straying away from danger. Somehow LVC getting out of a bad situation. Might even lead to another shot, but not quite. Faithful put that off the side of the bar. So LVC going to have to find another way through. And again, LVC, again, just putting so much offensive pressure on. They might not be converting a lot of shots that they're trying to get through, but it doesn't really matter. As long as they're playing such heavy attack, at this point in the game, it's not going to make much of a difference. It's going to waste time, and it's going to force Redbird to have to make an errant play very late. And this may just be that. But again, Faithful just launching the ball into the air, sending it so far away. Bad touch from T-Rex, and now the ball's popped right in front of the Redbird net. This may very well do it for game number 1. Joey trying to keep it downfield. He does, but again, LVC contesting the ball at every possible point. That's going to hit the ground. Game number 1 going to go to LVC. MVP at game number 1 there, Magars. Putting 2 assists, 2 saves, and 4 shots on the board. Has a demo to go with it. Fantastic stuff there from LVC. Getting very hot early on and taking game number 1 exactly how you want to see them play. But Redbird made a bit of a late comeback, and it just wasn't quite enough. They got down very quickly, very early. So they're going to have to see if they can figure out what was working at the end of that game to maybe make things work. Looks like Joey is going to be switching up his vehicle, so we'll see what he decides to join into this time around. I believe all the ISU players were in Octanes, so he may be pulling out something different here. But we shall see what it ends up being as we head into game number 2. Again, LVC. Oh, his game crashed. All right, so we're going to have a little bit of a break here before we get into game number 2. So, as I was saying, though, LVC played very, very well in game number 1. They found a way to get aggressive early on. They took a lot of chances, even if their chances were not great shots or if they didn't lead to goals directly. They were still leading to taking that time off the clock and taking away opportunities from Redbird. And even so, their defensive side was very good as well. It wasn't like they were just allowing the ball to go straight into the net. There were a couple of misplays, but if LVC can clean those up, they certainly will be looking at a much, much wider margin. But we are now into game number 2. 5 minutes back on the clock. LVC up 1-0 in the series. Looking to put it on series point here. As Magars, again, huge touchdown field. T-Rex isn't going to get there. Misplay from T-Rex going to lead to a Frenchie goal. And just 11 seconds into the game, LVC have again put themselves ahead. T-Rex maybe looking for the boom downfield, but doesn't quite go up the wall far enough. Misreads that touch, and that's going to be LVC now taking advantage of it. The T-Rex looking to make a play of his own, but Frenchie with the save. Very patient play from Frenchie. Joey, though, down to Wyatt. Looking to send this out mid. Doesn't get the pinch off the wall. Redbird need to look for something different here. LVC again on this counterattack. A good touch out. T-Rex is here, but the bounce off the wall not going to be in his favor. That's a double commit. LVC might be able to capitalize off of this. And not quite, but it'll be a touch off the backboard. Shot bottom left corner, doesn't go. So Joey in a 1v1 here gets the demo, but the ball going the other direction. Wyatt gonna have to make a play. T-Rex bumped. And again, LVC getting aggressive, not only on the ball, but even outside of it, finding bumps, finding demos, and giving themselves a chance. Magars in perfect position to take that 50. Not gonna lead to him taking a shot, but certainly may give the rest of his team a chance here. Faithful now looking for an exterior or interior pass, but it's not gonna find one. Although LVC still keeping this ball in the blue half of the field. Faithful just has to get a light touchdown. It's a very light pass from Frenchie there. All he has to do is let Faithful put any form of touch on the ball, and that's going to be a goal. Fantastic work from LVC. Again, the power plays coming through. LVC looking fantastic here in game number 2. Again, they may end up seeing themselves at a 2-0 lead. Or 3-0 lead in this game. As again, they already are back on the attack. Pass all the way over to Magars, down to Frenchie. Does he get the touchdown? He does, but it's going to be a bit too tough of a pass. Faithful and Magars a bit too far pushed up for that one. Faithful just has to backflip off the wall there. And wait, is that in? Not quite. I thought that pinch was just going wildly into the net. Just a bit off. But still, LVC with full control of this game. Faithful putting it downfield. Has a chance to make a play, but gonna have to leave it over to Frenchie. Joey now carrying out. But again, contention on the ball. Frenchie, great bump onto T-Rex there. Doesn't let him get that touchdown field, and gonna give LVC another chance for their 3rd goal of the game here. They're putting so much pressure onto Redbird. They're not giving them a chance to breathe. A huge back pass there from Frenchie to Magars. Magars looking to just put it in through his own means. Not gonna get it, but still, just 2 minutes on the clock, and Redbird have had maybe 2-3 chances on goal. This is gonna be another one. Shot, but Frenchie managed to make it back. The LeBron slam off the backboard. Is it gonna be enough? Magars just reaching that one as well. Stonewall defense from LVC. They are putting on a clinic right now against Redbird. Joey, though, with another opportunity, gets the bump. T-Rex down for the shot, but there's not enough on it. It's also going straight to the front of Faithful's car. Demo's being chased, but Joey still managing to get away. T-Rex tries to put it down, gets it to Joey. Shot is there, but it's a double block from LVC. Faithful now looking to get a cheeky shot on. Doesn't get it, but you can see LVC have all the boost in the world. And there's only a minute left on this clock as well. Time ticking away for Redbird to come back here in game number 2. They do not want to start down 2-0. They don't want to have to force a reverse sweep, but that may very well be the case here soon. Joey looking for the double. Faithful reads it. LVC still holding strong. T-Rex now to the midfield. No one home. Just trying to make a play somewhere, but now we're just seeing pretty much one-on-ones or one-on-threes here for Redbird, and it's not really going to do them a whole lot of good. With just 30 seconds remaining, LVC are in prime position to take game number 2. Wyatt looking for the double. T-Rex tries to take it from him, but he's going to miss on that one. Now Wyatt with a shot. Pinch doesn't go through. Joey lightly gets one in, so Frenchie a bit frustrated with that one. Wanted to shut out Redbird in game number 2. Almost gets to that second touch there, but he's not quite going to get there. Still all smiles from the LVC squad, but just 17 seconds remain. And Redbird need a goal, and they need it now. Wyatt might just be the man to do it. Almost gets the dunk, but T-Rex is there, and the goal goes through. We may see it overtime. Somehow Redbird coming out of the depths here to put another goal through. And it's exactly what Redbird needed. They needed to prove that they can compete with this LVC team, and that may have very well just been it. Wyatt looking to do it again, but it's LVC on the attacking half right now. Magars off the backboard. Is someone there for LVC? Faithful is, but shot sent away. And ISU just going to let that hit the ground. Almost actually gets back to Magars again, but it will be overtime in game number 2. T-Rex trying to push on, but Magars again off the backboard. Anyone for LVC to capitalize. Be Faithful just again sending it up. That's going to waterfall right in front of the Redbird net. Off the backboard, Magars sending it to Joey, who gets the save. Another infield pass. Faithful trying to go for a bump there on the T-Rex, doesn't get to it. And Joey might actually just be able to shoot this. He does, but it's going to be a save. And actually the shot wasn't even on in the first place. And another pass down to Magars. Shot top left, blocked by Joey. Again, going huge on the defensive half for Redbird. Keeping them alive in this game by himself pretty much. As LVC again on the defense. Or sorry, on the attack. Trying to make another play here. They have shown that they are pretty much the better team throughout this entire game, but that shot might just be through, and it is! A double commit from LVC, gonna be costly there, and give Redbird White game number 2. We will at worst see a map 4 in this series. A great set of plays from Joey, giving Redbird that win there. Only has 2 saves to his name, but that's all they needed. In fact, that was the only saves of Redbird. You can see LVC having 6 of their own, or 7 of their own. Not quite enough. But again, they look very strong. They controlled that game entirely. They just threw it away at the last few seconds. And they're just going to have to find a way to close out this time around. It is now a 1-1 series, but can Redbird pull off what would be a major upset here in the Nationals group stage? We'll have to see. May just kick off with that man there, Joey. The main man for Redbird White right now. Frenchie putting it off the backboard to Faithful, not going to go. Magars has the chance to turn on this, but Wyatt meets him there. Demo, Magars now again can put this right to the midfield, and he does just that. Wyatt not a great touch. That's going to be a miss from T-Rex, and Faithful going to capitalize. LVC again capitalizing on every single mistake made by Redbird White. And that's what you need to do if you're LVC. There are not a ton of mistakes being made by this Redbird squad, but there's not a lot of great plays being made either. You need to be able to capitalize on every single mistake that you're seeing this Redbird team make. Double commits, triple commits, those need to be acted upon. And so far, we have been seeing a lot of that, but T-Rex just forces Frenchie into an own goal. Not what you want to see if you're a fan of LVC in the chat here. T-Rex just launching it off the side of the wall. That's going to go straight into Frenchie, who puts it into his own net. And now Wyatt might have a chance to put Redbird up, but not quite. Joey sending it downfield. T-Rex not going to go. Wyatt again sending it downfield. T-Rex trying to put it on, but he's not going to have an angle for it. LVC now looking a bit flustered on the defensive side. Redbird now picking up the pace, putting LVC on the back foot, and that's what's going to give them goals, and T-Rex launches it into the bottom right. Now Redbird stepping up to the plate. They are starting to shut down LVC. Not something we have seen much at all this year. I'd say maybe 1, possibly 2 teams this entire season have been able to do that. The first one that comes to mind for me is Nova, who's not even in the Nationals tournament. Magars trying to get control for LVC. I'd also like to note this is the first time in this entire series that Redbird has led a game for more than a singular second, and T-Rex with a solo play, turning into He-Man, just carrying it coast to coast all the way from the midfield. Gets the reset and flicks that in. And now LVC facing a deficit here. Joey now carrying it for Redbird. And this is starting to get very scary if you're LVC. You have not been able to make anything happen on offense for a very long time. And Magar's trying to put one through, launches that ball towards the net, but again getting saved. Now it's Redbird the one stepping up on the defensive half. LVC starting to struggle to get anything on the board, but that might just be it. No, Frenchie denied. Wyatt, the one to do it this time around. And all of a sudden, it's looking like a Redbird game here. Faithful down to Frenchie, but again, just getting met right at the ball. This is exactly what we saw Nova do to LVC. Meet them at every single touch. Even if it meant absolutely nothing for Nova to do, they would make sure that they were contesting the ball. And that's what we're seeing Redbird start to do here, and that's what seems to work the best against LVC. And so far, it has led to LVC being completely shut down in game number 3. Agar's gonna look for the dunk there, does get to it. T-Rex almost gets that pinch, but it's actually gonna go right towards his net. Again saved. Magar's just looking to play around these Redbird players. That's a double commit. Joey, though, has the chance to carry it out. Magar's with 0 boost in the midfield. He's gonna have to try and make his way back. Just barely managed to get there. But now he's going to look to carry it. Maybe sending that to Frenchie. Not going to go. Just 90 seconds on the clock, and LVC have had maybe one chance to put the ball into the back of the net. One, maybe two. And it's not really been looking too good for LVC at this current moment. It's Frenchie off the backboard. It's going to actually go down to Faithful here. No boost, but right down to Magar's! And they get the play done. Finally, LVC getting back on the board. And a 0 boost play from Faithful. Gonna give Magar's the layup. With 1:06 remaining, this is still very doable for LVC, but they're going to have to put their backs into it. And T-Rex making it a 2-goal lead once again. The kickoffs for LVC. Again, showing their ugly head as if you watched earlier this season, kickoffs became a major issue for LVC. And they're showing their head there. So once again, we're at a 2-goal lead. LVC, any momentum they had may have just been erased instantaneously off that kickoff. Frenchie getting slammed away from the ball. Doesn't get a chance to shoot, but it doesn't matter. Magar's going to be there to clean up the shot. Faithful with the demo onto the player in net. And that's a massive demo, as again, we're seeing it go to a 1-goal lead for Redbird. This is what LVC needs. They need to get these quick goals on the board. This is where they've excelled so much this year, and that's another one from Magar's. Just barely sneaking in. The bumps in net from Faithful. He started to turn up on the aggression. He has turned that dial all the way up to 11. Just finding any player that's in net and telling you, get out of the way. This is my net. And that's exactly what LVC is going to capitalize off of. And now we're at a tied ball game with just 30 seconds left. Magar's again has a chance here off the backboard. That's a miss. Frenchie with a shot, doesn't go. Just a bit too far to the outside. That was their chance to go up in this game. but they still have another opportunity. 10 seconds left. Magar's down to Faithful. Shot on Joey in the net. Frenchie now tossing it over to Magars, looking to get it down to the midfield. That's a good pass out, but can LVC get there? Ball cannot touch the ground now. Otherwise, we will see an OT. T-Rex trying to send it mid, but nobody there. 2 overtime games in a row. And Magars gets caught out. That could be a shot on net, but sent away just barely by Frenchie. This is a very scary spot to be in for LVC, though. And it doesn't matter. LVC have somehow broken it already. Magars putting it on net. T-Rex barely managing to get back. Faithful now trying to send it out mid. Doesn't get there. Down from Frenchie. Wyatt picking it up in the net. Redbird White. Despite the LVC resurgence late in that game, it'll be Redbird putting themselves to series point. And again, remembering the stakes of this match, if Redbird take this, it may very well be the one that sends them to the group stage. We saw Arkansas and SIUE both forfeit yesterday, so they may very well end up forfeiting out the rest of their series in this group stage. So if that ends up being the case, they could be the ones sending the seniors home and out of their collegiate careers without even being given a chance in the bracket stage. But it looks like, I'm imagining LVC just taking all the time they can to talk this over. 3 goals there from Magars, has a hat trick, but T-Rex one-ups him. 700 points on the board. 4 for 4 from T-Rex. Calling up the Wendy's meal. This is going to be a tough one for LVC to bounce back from, but they're going to need to force a Game 5 if they want this series to go their way. And it's going to have to be a grind. We have seen every game come very, very close here. 2 games in a row going to OT, and Redbird just being the ones to clutch up in the OT. But this is going to have to be a very, very tight series now if LVC want to have a chance to win it. We are in game number 4. Do LVC have enough left in the tank to take this one against Redbird? They're going to have to make plays happen. That's not going to help. Off the crossbar, an early shot from Magars ends up slamming off that crossbar. And that's not what you want to see to start off your Game 4, your elimination game. And now Redbird have a chance. Joey tries to get the redirect. T-Rex does too, but it's going to be Wyatt to put it through. And this is looking phenomenal now for Redbird. You take that game in OT, you take a 1-0 lead in Game 4. And the players of LVC, you can see in their cams, a bit shook right now. They don't want this to end here. But it's going to have to come off the back of likely this man here. Frenchie down, gets that in. So LVC answering back immediately on that early Redbird goal with one of their own. And as I was saying, it has to come off the back of that man there, Magars. A huge catalyst for this team. Has been the main man, the main scorer of this roster for the entire season. It's a good demo from Frenchie. Keeps Redbird off the ball. Magars looking for a bump. Wyatt avoids it. Joey not going to get there. Faithful almost able to get that one on target. In fact, it was. It's going to count as a save, but was a bit of a slow one. Probably just intended for the backboard. So LVC going to have to look for a different avenue to get into the net. T-Rex all the way over to Wyatt. Not going to lead to much right now. T-Rex also not going to get too clean of a set of movement there. So it'll be Frenchie sending it away. Back to T-Rex. Off the wall, though. Frenchie is there. Can he get the touch? Doesn't have boost to work with. So that's not going to be a play for him. Magars, though, gets the open shot, and he's going to score. Again, Magars trying to carry this team through game number 4. putting that one straight into the net after the pass, basically the pass from Redbird. Faithful all the way in the back corner. Waited for that boost opportunity, and now look at Faithful looking for the solo. It's going to have to go down to Magars once again. Bump onto Joey. Magars almost puts that in. Would have been a fantastic double. Frenchie shot just a bit off as well. So LVC now getting some more opportunities, looking like themselves from game number 1. Magars over 1. T-Rex doesn't get bumped far enough out of the way. But he's still the only one here for Redbird, so that'll be sent a bit away. Joey might have an opportunity here. A whiff from Faithful, and that's just going to float on in. And now we are back to 2 apiece. That cannot be happening if you're LVC. A lot of these little mistakes causing the side of LVC to allow goals to go through. And now Redbird with more momentum. As T-Rex looking for a shot. Gonna have to let that down to Joey. Tries to put it on, but throws it too high in the air. Wyatt just barely gets blocked. Magars coming across net, but I believe Frenchie would have been there too. LVC looking a bit, or looking like they're struggling a bit here on the defense. Trying to keep themselves intact here, but it has been a very tough road to it outside of game 1. Again, Redbird on the attack. 2 minutes remain, 2-2 the scoreline. And 2 games for Redbird, 1 away from taking the series. And Magars, though, gonna slam it home. He has 5 shots, and that's his second of the game, or second goal of the game. A fantastic pass from Frenchie. T-Rex trying to beat Magars there, but does not have the angle. Now a 3-2 game, and LVC in a fantastic spot here to take this one, but they are going to have to fend off the red-hot Redbirds, as that gets very awkward there for Faithful. Doesn't really get a good chance to save that, so he's going to have to allow a shot to go through, and it's going to be Wyatt putting it in. Joey sending it all the way over to the midfield, and Wyatt there for the shot. Faithful just a tiny bit short on time there. 1:35 remains, and this is still either team's game. What was looking clinical from LVC early in this series is now looking clinical for Redbird, almost Wyatt, but it's going to have to come from T-Rex now. Who gets that sent away? Actually, that's a great touch there from Faithful. Doesn't have boost to work with, so he's going to have to go all the way to the Redbird corner to grab a bit more. Faithful, though, at least keeping it in that Redbird half. It's considered a shot there from Faithful, but really it was just trying to keep that towards their net. As Magars again has a chance to shoot off the backboard, trying to get it there, but T-Rex reads that play. Now off the ceiling, T-Rex has a chance to shoot, but doesn't get it too cleanly. Now Wyatt carrying it through. Frenchie there for LVC. Magars all the way across the Faithful. It's going to be a one-on-one for just a second here with T-Rex. Managed to get it past a couple shot from Frenchie. Gets blocked. But Magars again, the man of the hour. Magars, every single chance you see from LVC, this man right here is involved. Magars again putting it through. He wants to force that game 5. He wants to take this series. More than anybody, this is his senior campaign, and he wants to show why. With just 30 seconds remaining now, all LVC has to do is hold off the Redbird attack. Something that they have been struggling to do as of late, but can they do it here to at least get themselves to game 5? Frenchie all the way downfield. Joey, though, off the backboard, that gives them some space, but again, it's Magars on the ball. And now it cannot touch the ground, and Joey's not going to get there. Magars just trying to force this away, and it will be a game 5. Magars, through his own will, again, sending LVC to Game 5. 3 for 7 shooting, another hat trick. And this man is going to have to be the one to bring them to victory if they want to give themselves a chance at that group stage. I think Joey's game crashed again. So hopefully we can get this man a new PC, as I'm amazed he's made it through entire games at this point. Actually, no, this time he may have actually just changed his car. That would be my guess, because he did join back already, thankfully. When we were just waiting for the Redbird players to ready up, I'd imagine they want to talk about this. Obviously, that was a very, very close Game 4 as well. It was 4-3, the exact same scoreline as Game 3, but from the opposite result. We're going to have to see something magical from one of these two teams. And who is it going to be? Honestly, this one is a toss-up for me. Redbird showing their worth here in Nationals, showing why they belong here. And they have the chance to take this series off of LVC. But again, LVC coming in huge there. Magars, I think, has like 10 goals in this series, so he's going to have to be the man to do it again. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, game number 5, the decider. Who will take home this series? Who will put themselves into first place in this group? Will it be LVC? Will it be Redbird White? Let's find out as things get aggressive early. Everyone going for bumps, going for demos. Magars, again, the man on the ball. The shot is there, but just a bit off. So LVC looking to strike first. Early opportunities going to them. Frenchie with a massive set of bumps there on the Joey and net. But again, it's just going to have to come off a play. Pass from Magars down to Faithful. No shot on. So LVC have to back away. LVC looking to contest every single touch. That's a demo from Redbird. But is Wyatt going to get there? Gets a dead ball, so maybe giving themselves a chance here. Although the passing there from Frenchie and Faithful is good. Magars doesn't get the touch, though. So Joey going to try and get this down to Wyatt, who has a shot opportunity. Bit short on the pass, though. Just a minute in, and already we've seen a lot of opportunity here for both teams. We've seen how much the pace has been kicked on up. These two certainly wanting to take this home. And another shot comes in from T-Rex, and it's going to be Redbird in Game 5, striking first. Shot from Wyatt gets blocked, but it's all a ruse, really. T-Rex, the man all the way to the far right. And this is looking rough if you are LVC, but of course they have had a lot of opportunities. There's still a lot of time left on the clock. Magars, we saw him go beast mode last game. Shot again on, but it'll be Joey with the save. Faithful now with a good pass over to Frenchie, but looks like a misinput there. Gonna have to back away from it. Magars by himself, trying to put it on, doesn't get through. Again, Magars pulling the offense together. Playing that third man, playing that aggressor. It's just not been enough just yet. Frenchie, though, chance for the shot, and what a pinch! Frenchie gonna put that one through. Nothing you can do if you're Redbird there. Wyatt trying to get a save or get a touch out, and it's just going to be a pinch with Frenchie all the way to the bottom right. 1-1. And this is the Game 5 we expected going into it. A very close one. These two teams very evenly matched. Although Magars with the chance to shoot, but he does get it in. I couldn't see. It looked like he hit the crossbar, and I think, or the sidebar, but I think it just floats in regardless. T-Rex gets that demo, but it just barely managed to hit the inside far enough to go into the net. Magars keeping them alive. And this has been a huge game for LVC so far. Magars just putting LVC in his back pocket, wanting to keep his story going. He may be able to do it with a big performance here. As he actually puts another one on. I think that was meant to be more of a pass, but still keeping LVC in the offensive half, and almost another shot from Frenchie. Can't get it down far enough though. But Magars again giving Faithful a chance. Now has a 2-on-1, but Magars is in the back line. LVC continuing to just put shot after shot on net. They are continuing to just lampoon the side of Redbird, and finally it goes through. LVC are not playing around. Just shot after shot. Looking like the college bars on the Friday night. Fantastic work from LVC, finally putting one through. Redbird need to find a response. They need to force something. They need to start playing that aggressive play that we saw from them earlier. Otherwise, they're not going to be given a single chance in this game. And LVC looking to run up the score. Magars down to Faithful, barely gets blocked by Wyatt. T-Rex now the big touch, and this is where things could go for Redbird. But again, it's going to have to come through infield passing. Bump doesn't come in. That save is going to go. Now Frenchie carrying it out. Looking for Magars once again, the ace of the roster. But it'll be a defensive touch out for Redbird White. Pinch is there. Magars just trying to send the ball away. Wyatt though down to Joey, shot blocked. Can we see another one? No, yes, T-Rex makes it up to the ball. 2-3. We've seen a lot of comebacks in this series. We've seen a lot of teams go down 2, go down 3, and make that comeback. So this game is not over. The story is not completely written just yet. Redbird, though, need a resurgence here if they want to take this game. And they have just one singular minute to do that in regulation. Frenchie trying to carry it through, doesn't get there. So Faithful looking to get it over to Magars, but it'll be a block once more. Frenchie sending it downfield. Forces Joey into an awkward position. Gets demoed as well. Magars now has a chance to toss this one to Faithful, but he'll have to back away. And Redbird on the attack. This is a great opportunity, but Redbird needs to capitalize. But it might just be LVC trying to put one through. Magars with the double! That may have just been the dagger. Magars again coming in the clutch. The one you want on the ball in this exact moment. It is Magars again, showing why LVC needs to move on. And this is desperation time for Redbird. Do they have the chance? Can they get at least a goal in before that 10-second mark? And they will not. And this is going to be a Game 5 victory for LVC. Ball just needs to touch the ground, and they barely, by the skin of their teeth, managed to make it work. And it comes off the back of that MVP once more. Magars might have only went 2 for 7, but those two are huge for this LVC team. They will move to 2-0 in the group stage, and their last matchup will come against Arkansas. And if they manage to take down Arkansas, they will guarantee themselves the group and a spot in that bracket for against the winner of the Group E bracket, or of the Group E, I believe. Yes, they will take on the winner of Group E if they manage to beat Arkansas, and that would take place on June 15th. But for now, we have to look forward to tomorrow to see how things go down. As looking at the standings at the current moment, it is still a 2-0 for LVC, 1-1 for Redbird, and then 0-1 for Arkansas and SIUE. I will take a scroll through. And SIUE does get the forfeit win against Arkansas, so it'll likely be a forfeit for Arkansas there as well. And that would mean LVC would advance to the group bracket stage. But we will keep you guys updated. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram at LVC_esports on both of those platforms. And we will keep you guys updated with that matchup. But I believe that they will not be playing. So we will have to see. And again, just stay followed with us on those platforms and we can tell you then. But we will catch you guys back here either tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, we'll see you guys all the way in June. The week of June 11th is Nationals Week where the bracket stage will take place. So if we don't see you guys tomorrow night, we will catch you all in June in 1 month, which seems like a very, very far way away. But we will be back here next month with the bracket stage for Nationals. Can LVC R6 pull in a national title? Can LVC Rocket League pull in a national title? We will have to find out. We will see you guys next month. Have a great night and have a great month, great summer. And also, one more time to all of our seniors, thank you so, so much for your contributions to this program. All 13 of you, Tenacious, Dunder, Spicy, Grok, The Boss Baby, Booper XD, T-Stew14, Doink, Manta, Zario, John Cook, Faithful, and Magars. Your stories are not quite complete just yet. We have a little bit more left to go, and we will see you guys in a month. Take care.